Conclusion. Our findings highlight the long shadow of war along two dimensions. The reconciliation forums we analyzed were held nearly a decade after the end of the Sierra Leone's civil war. Yet the positive effects on forgiveness and social capital suggest that the need for reconciliation persists long after the violence ends. At the same time, the negative psychological impacts indicate that truth telling opened up psychological wounds, pointing to the potency of these war memories when they were evoked suddenly. These psychological effects do not preclude the possibility that individuals who forgave in response to reconciliation gained a psychological benefit, but they do suggest that these gains were offset by other negative impacts, such as the difficulty of coping with negative memories. In that regard, they corroborate the idea that forgiving is not the same as forgetting. They also suggest that forgiveness stemming from an intense one time event that evokes negative memories may differ in its psychological impact relative to forgiveness stemmed from ongoing therapy. Overall, our results indicate that the gains in societal healing associated with reconciliation came at a substantial cost in individual psychological healing. As such, they imply that policymakers need to find ways of holding reconciliation processes that reduce these psychological costs while retaining the societal benefits. For example, it is possible that the negative psychological impacts may be smaller or even reversed if reconciliation efforts are held in the direct aftermath of the war, when trauma symptoms are high and people have yet to move on in their own way. A second possibility lies in combining reconciliation with other types of complementary interventions. For example, coupling these programs with sustained counseling as used by forgiveness therapies, exposure therapy, or trauma healing interventions may help mitigate the detrimental impacts given the global prevalence of conflict and post conflict reconciliation. Future research should explore alternative designs for efforts aimed at unifying societies in the aftermath of war.